right. Hello, everyone. This is the worldwide webinar for the ASTRO Fall Session 2014. Welcome. Today, we're going to be talking about a few things, including the Fall Session 2014 that is underway. First, I will introduce myself so that you can know where I'm coming from. My name is Jana Mechanica. That's what I'm known by my students. And I am a math, physics, and writing tutor and space engineering instructor at the Astronomy Academy. Ultimately, my work is about helping you, my students, uncomplicate the way you calculate and perform math and science with greater simplicity and ease. Today's broadcast will be discussing a few items, and let me pull them up for you to make sure that I have my notes ready. We mainly will be discussing some pitfalls in classroom type education, not really pointing fingers at anyone. We're just mainly talking about the issues from a systems perspective, okay? And this is intended to help you as parents, you as students, overcome these obstacles, understand them, so that the student ultimately can learn better and perform better in math, science, and writing, okay? We'll also be discussing what we do at Astronomy Academy, and particularly within the ASTRO Tutoring Program. So first off, I'll quickly explain who we are, and then we'll jump right into the questions. This will be a 45-minute broadcast, very short to, get you guys this information so you can implement it very quickly into your learning programs. So Astronomy Academy is an organization that is space-based, astronomy and space-based, and we carry on programs that expose young people to space technology, space exploration, and astronomy. And our core learning program is the ASTRO Tutoring Program. So in addition to exposing students to the wonders of space exploration, we also prepare them for careers in space exploration. So we go beyond just having students, go on field trips and learn all about space. And it's very, 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 very awesome. And they learn how to build spacecraft. They learn how to build aircraft. We have a program in aviation. If you like more information, we have brochures that explain what we do. But we also go beyond that to lay the foundation so that high school students and even college students can go beyond being knowledgeable and exposed to the field and actually being prepared to play ball in the field. So we do that through our programs, tutoring programs in math, science, writing, and also within these space programs, how we implement those core subjects within the space education program. So enough about that. Let's get right into the questions. Here's what we have in store for you. I've been a tutor for 19 plus years, private tutor in math and science. So I've seen these issues come up over and over and over and over again until within the last few years or so, I realized that there's a fundamental problem that prevents students from learning, Okay, it's fundamental. It's like this pervasive secret that it just haunts the performance and potential of mass education. Okay, and this secret is this problem is something that many teachers, many students, parents do not really recognize. And it is the reason why so many students do not succeed in math, science, and writing, but particularly in math. This secret is awareness. You might say, what? What does that mean? What does awareness mean? Okay, so let me break this down for you. First of all, we employ out the gate as private tutors within Astronomy Academy. We employ awareness learning first and foremost. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, first, awareness is, let's define this. Awareness is being aware that you are aware. Okay, so I might use the same word to define what that word is, but what I mean is consciousness. Consciousness is knowing that you are paying attention to something, okay? And when you know that you're paying attention to it, what you're really doing is you have this knowing and awareness that your mind is actually thinking about something, okay? So it goes beyond thinking. And it goes into stepping back and observing your thinking and understanding how your mind is working to solve mathematics problems. Okay, this can go into the activity of relating what you're calculating to your own personal experience. And this process, this activity, this method and approach is employed in typical modern education, classroom education. However, the awareness of it being employed in those settings is not there. So for example, you might ask a student to relate what they're learning to their own personal experience, but you don't really understand how that can enhance a child's learning. So it's not employed on a regular basis because we don't understand how valuable and how powerful that exercise and that approach is. But that approach, awareness learning, is immensely, infinitely powerful in helping your child learn. So what we want you to do is, for example, we want you to have your student or your child place themselves in the word problem, okay? And another word that we call this is interpersonal intelligence. So interpersonal intelligence is relating information and knowledge that you learn through your own sense of self and your own sense of personal experience. This is what engages your awareness so that you can begin to understand that the mind is a tool that you use to calculate mathematics. However, your awareness is the process through which you relate mathematics to your greater understanding. And doing that, you engage the intuition and you actually relate it to your own personal story, how you relate to the world, how you relate to others, okay? Because awareness teaches you and leads you to the understanding that math is about relationships, and relationships are math, and everything is related to each other. So you can relate math to anything that you do in your life, okay? And this is a very powerful way to teach students math and really focus on that approach. and become aware that that is what you're doing. And we call that awareness learning. This is the biggest secret, that it's an obvious secret. We use it, however, we're not aware of its power in delivering students to an understanding almost instantaneously, and many times instantaneously. So for example, I've had a young student, a girl, who, she was a younger student, and she had a hard time remembering facts in a story. This was, she would have these reading exercises and she just couldn't remember. Her reading retention was poor. It wasn't good. So what we had her do immediately was relate that same story that she brought in an assignment that she didn't do well in, and we had her relate that story to herself in her own personal experiences, how she did that same activity with her cousins, with her siblings. And she, at the end of the tutoring session, not even at the end, this was literally like 20 minutes in the activity, she was reminding me of the facts in the story. Okay, because we employed awareness learning. We didn't just have her engage her mental capacities and her mind to remember the facts. We engaged her awareness and her intuition, her gut feeling, and her personal life experience and what she felt in those experiences to the story. And she ended up telling me and reminding me of the facts in the story. She did, that memorization no longer was applied to the situation, to her learning. It was that she knew the story. Okay, so we want to use this technique all of the time, and we want to position our learning from, and make this awareness learning the central place from which the outgrowth of a child's learning comes from, grows from. Okay, so that is that secret, and it's very important, and I hope that you understand that. If you have any questions, you can definitely email me. You can leave a comment when we post this video, and I'll send you more information about this approach that we use to help students learn instantaneously and immediately. Okay, let's go on to the next point. Top 3 reasons why. Yes, this is kind of a little bit of a commercial, but it's mainly very informative and educational for you guys, to give you the tools that you can use not only to help your child learn in class, or for you to learn in class, but to employ this anywhere you go within life, at home, even with us as in a private tutoring session. Okay, so number 2 is we're going to provide you with 3 top reasons why ASTRO tutoring is considered one of the best combinations of science and humanities that has been seen in a very long time. This was a heartfelt testimonial from a former advanced placement English teacher who studies our approaches to teaching. And so I'm going to give you, we have numerous testimonials from teachers, students, parents, all just hailing this, the way that we have literally catapulted students' learning. And it's because of these 3 things and many, many more reasons that we will hope that if you are a prospective parent or student, would be open to experiencing and benefiting from. So here are the reasons. First reason is we draw no lines between subjects. Okay, some people call this cross learning, and when we offer math programs, writing programs, and science programs, mainly physics. However, we draw no lines in the sand when it comes to the subject and what it's called. Okay, so for example, if you enroll yourself or your child into math, your child will simultaneously get a writing education. Every assignment that we offer has a combination of all of the subjects and integrated within their lessons. And this is why we're considered one of the best, our program, the ASTRO Tutoring Program, is considered one of the best combinations of science and humanities. It is because of that, okay? So don't think that your child will only get, or you will only get, tutoring in math, right? You'll be a better writer once you leave the math program. You will be more versed in physics if that's what you're taking, or chemistry, okay, or earth sciences or space sciences. Our programs are multidisciplinary, and they do not have any bounds in terms of we don't cut it off and saying, okay, this is just math, this is just science, this is just writing. So you get that benefit regardless of which program that you enroll in, okay? And we really, really boast that because it helps our students not only gain great skills in math, but it also helps them prepare for their other classes too, while they're enrolled in mathematics or enrolled in science or enrolled in writing, okay? Number two, we integrate our learning with the express goal of building self-knowledge, okay? Again, we focus on self-understanding, because when a child understands who they are and how they learn, and we do that through them, they take multiple intelligence inventories, learning style inventories, personality inventories. We do these assessments so that we can figure out the type of learner that you are, and that is really the initial step, okay? But ultimately, all knowledge is indeed supposed to lead to self-knowledge, knowledge of who you are, knowledge of self. And when our students understand who they are better, they automatically, inevitably become better learners. It's critical that your education leads to self-education. If it does not, it is not the path. It is not the path. It is not true education, okay? Education means to lead out, to transcend into an understanding of who you are. That is what education is. And understand that all knowledge and the evolution of knowledge is the story of who you are, okay? You are at the tipping point of the evolution of all knowledge. So what you're really doing, you're not really learning something new. You're being reminded of what you've already known, as you are as an aware being, okay? So we're reminding you of what you already know. And that's why, if you noticed, the more you learn, the more you know yourself, okay? So great. Number three is, again, we relate every lesson to your life experience because we want you to gain that self-knowledge. So teachings are life experience based. And again, most programs, this goes back to number one. Most programs do not take the time and are not aware that to do that. They're not aware that they are doing that if they are relating a child's learning to their own life experience. Now, in a typical classroom, a teacher just simply doesn't have time. They are well-intentioned, but they have to focus on that 80%, that statistical 80%, that 80 goes back to the 80-20 rule, where they have to have at least 80% of the class on track. It's always going to be that 10% that's falling behind, and they need that remedial learning, that remedial practice. And then there'll be that 10% that's ahead of the curve, that you don't want to slow them down. However, you don't necessarily have time as a teacher to push them forward. You have to focus on that 80% middle that's kind of chugging along at the pace of the lessons. And then for the remedial students, you really don't have time to deal one-on-one with that particular group, because you need to find outside tools and programs that'll help them to catch up. So there's always going to be that group that's either behind or ahead. That's just the nature of classroom education, classroom learning. The teacher doesn't have time to deal with the outlier groups, if you will. They have to sort of go with at the pace of the critical mass, the mass of the students, 80% who's keeping track with the lessons. Okay, so again, they don't even, so beyond not even having time to sit down and reinforce the lessons that they are instructing, they really don't have time to relate those lessons to the child's life experience, which will engage that awareness learning that we offer at ASTRO Tutoring. Okay, so this is what we do. Okay, these are the three reasons why we're considered one of the best combinations of science and humanities, among many other praise and appreciation that we get from our students. You know, so that's that. Okay, and then the third point that I wanted to cover was our amazing ASTRO Anywhere online tutoring program. A lot of people don't know, but we offer online tutoring. We are available from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day, except Sundays. But we'll definitely probably open up on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 9 a.m. You're welcome. We encourage you to book an appointment for our online tutoring, and that's ASTRO Anywhere. We tutor students all over the world, internationally, nationally, and locally. Okay, so we have resources for you. We have tools for you to be able to get answers online quickly, okay, within the comfort of your own home. And I'm just going to give you 4 major benefits, including those that I just quickly mentioned, that will have you joyfully succeeding in every subject, okay? And number 1 is that your learning within the ASTRO Anywhere program is this just like and very, very, very similar to how you would learn in a library session with a one-on-one ASTRO tutor face-to-face or in person, I should say. Our online programs are teleconference based. So just like I'm talking to you now, we could talk like this via Skype. So it's still face-to-face. However, we designate the in-person with the in-library tutoring. So we talk just like this via Skype or through telephone, and we conduct our sessions on a amazing platform, online whiteboard platform, and it's very similar to how we tutor in person in the library. We have a whiteboard. We are very basic. We don't really deal with media. If fancy media, we have at times, but our focus is not the media. The focus is the message, and that's a whole nother webinar that I will be covering as to why you don't need expensive fancy gadgets and media to convey, to teach, and to improve a child's learning to where they're just excelling beyond any limits that you thought imaginable. Okay, so again, our online sessions are very similar, the same amazing experience as a in-library tutoring session. Okay, so number 2, one of the great things is, and these also apply to our in-library tutoring sessions as well, is that when we tutor online or when we have a child in tutoring, that child, which is better than watching a video on YouTube, a silly little math video or what have you, this is a different sort of, this is different, okay? And it's different also, it's better than if you just, dial up a tutor on a, online tutoring website where they just sort of answer your homework questions and there's not really that much engagement in that respect. Okay, so what's great about ASTRO Anywhere is that you or your child you can really feed your curiosity. Okay, so the questions that you have, that session is dedicated to you. If you have some question that you think is weird, or the students, your peers might have looked at you funny if you asked it, or the teacher might say, well, I don't have time to answer the question. Ask me later. And it's really a burning curiosity. You can just go at it. You can ask us your questions and we'll answer your questions, because the session is dedicated to you. You get to ask whatever it is that you want. And then we teach you how to ask more intelligent questions and improve your questions. We help you to answer more informed questions as well. So it's not that we don't prevent you from asking any questions, but what we will do is we will help you ask better questions and improve your questions, okay? So you get to feed your curiosities with the ASTRO online program right from home, okay? Number 3 is, this is with any subject, but in particularly for online writing, you get your writing critiqued right there in real time. You can type your paragraphs, you can type your sentences, your essay, and we can see it and we can mark it up. We can give you instant feedback right there at the session. So you can see what it is that you're doing and you can see your thought process. Okay, so we give you that real-time critique and it's a constant back and forth. Okay, same as if, again, in-person private tutoring. What's really awesome is that you can type and it's instant engagement with us. I can see what you're typing, and that's a really added benefit of having the online conferencing with the online tutoring setup. Okay, and that continuous feedback leads into the 4th benefit of the ASTRO Anywhere program, in that you get a transcript of everything that you've done in your session, so that you can have not only continuous feedback, but you can have permanent feedback, a transcript of what you learned, and you can revisit your thought process with that particular lesson, especially when we give you exams, okay, and short quizzes. You can go back and look at what you've done in the previous sessions, and that is a record and a study record from which you can learn, reference reference what you've learned, and use that as a study aid and study guide in tutoring as well as in your classroom studies. So you get a complete transcript. It is a visual picture. It's the exact session that we had, and you get that to take with you. Okay, so those are some really awesome benefits of the ASTRO Anywhere program. So that covers it. I do have one bonus tip for you. We have about 10 minutes that I wanted to cover, and this is a snapshot into our regular programming, which is the ASTRO Answers broadcast, where we answer one question that we get very often from you guys, from parents and students, that will help you learn better in the classroom and at home. And so I'm going to touch on one question that we get to clear up any confusion as to what we offer as tutors and how we can help you and collaborate with other instructors in helping you improve your learning. This question is, what is the difference between a teacher and a tutor? Okay, so a lot of people ask this. There is a bit of confusion around, what is the difference? What can I gain from a tutor that I'm not getting in the classroom? We did touch on some points earlier in this broadcast that sort of answer that question from that vantage point. However, I'm going to add another dimension to this question, this answer, okay, by providing you with a definition. Now, let's first talk about the roles of a teacher in our minds and the roles of a tutor, and then I'll just jump right in. Okay, so a teacher typically is hired by a school, an administration at that school, and they are paid to deliver instruction, to provide instruction on how to learn. Now, I'm not talking about the intentions or the actual performance of the teacher. I'm not talking about that. There are phenomenal teachers in this world. I work with them. I know. This is in no way explaining what they do on a daily basis. I'm talking about the intentions of the teaching position, okay, purely, okay, so that you can understand and link a definition to the roles of a teacher, intended roles, and then the intended roles of a tutor, okay, and what we do. I can tell you what we do, okay, but not necessarily a teacher. They can tell you what they do, okay? So a teacher instructs a group of students, and the goal of the teacher is to provide excellent instruction. So they want to make sure that the instruction that they provide is clear, concise, and the student is able to reference that material to produce the outcome, which is to perform the intended result or achieve the level of performance that is intended from that instruction. Okay, the teacher doesn't really deal with how the student gets there. That's the tutor's job. Okay, that's where the tutor can come in and really work that magic. Okay, so a teacher delivers clear instruction, and it's from an external position. So they focus on the lesson plans, the curriculum, and they want to make sure that it's delivered clearly and concisely. And ultimately, the child should be able, the student should be able to perform the intended outcome of that instruction. So they should be able to get an A on the exam. They should be able to memorize this set of facts. They should be able to perform this function. Okay. Now, a tutor, and what they do is they help the student understand the internal processes which deliver them to the understanding. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so excuse me. Oh, geez, change of weather. Just weird allergies or whatever. So, okay, back to what I was saying. So the teacher delivers the instruction. They make sure that it's clear, and they make sure it's clear so that the student, once they go home and they begin to learn the material, they can produce the outcome, the intended performance outcome. Okay. Now, the tutor helps the student learn the material. The tutor's primary responsibility is to deliver the student to an understanding by teaching them how they learn. So the tutor gets deeper into the learning process of the student to fill in that gap between the instruction that they have been provided and then their performance at the end. So the teacher looks at the student's performance. They got an A. The tutor is looking at how did they get that A, and they ensure that the student gets the A by teaching them self-awareness techniques and teaching them about who they are and how they learn, and teaching them how to learn better so they can achieve the intended result in the classroom. So teachers are more externally focused in terms of the student and how they learn, and not that they aren't focused on that. There are teachers who do focus on the internal processes of how the student learns, but that is not their primary responsibility. Some teachers don't understand that. They think, and they really come down on themselves when the student doesn't perform. And this is not their fault. It's the role and responsibilities that define their occupation, define their position in systemized education. And it is to deliver the instruction in a fashion that helps the student to perform the intended result. The tutor comes in and teaches the student how to do that, how to learn about who they are so that they can become aware and then learn the material, gain the knowledge. We deliver them to the understanding, which is that gap in between the instruction and the performance result. Okay, so I tell you this and explain this to really drive home the point, to help you in understanding, okay, how can a tutor, how particularly can an ASTRO tutor help my child to learn, or help me to learn? And this is what we will do. Okay, if you are not getting the attention that you need in the classroom, which is typical, it's not unusual, it's actually common, it's the way it is in most classrooms across America, across the world. Okay, if you're not getting the individualized attention that you need to help you learn better, this is when a highly qualified, experienced, knowledgeable tutor can help you learn better and deliver you to an understanding so that you can dodge and not fall into those landmines and get stuck in your learning, and so that you can perform in time for the exam. Okay, it's the difference between learning on your own time and having to learn within a semester. We have time constraints here. So it's important that you perform within those time constraints. And it's on you to really use the tools that you need to deliver the performance result within that semester, within those 3 weeks, within time for the exam. Okay, so that's the key here. We have time constraints on you guys to perform. And you want to get a knowledgeable academic coach who can train you to perform within that time and even sooner, almost instantly. So I hope that makes sense. That is a peek into our Astro Answer sessions that we have regularly. And that was the bonus question for you guys. And I hope that really helps you. Again, my name is Jana Mechanica. I am a private tutor in math, physics, and writing. Also a space engineering instructor at the Astronomy Academy. If you have any more questions, if you would like to set up an appointment, we do encourage you. We are announcing the ASTRO Fall Session 2014. It's happening right now. You can sign up for our math, physics, and writing programs. Normally, these programs go for $11.85. However, we have an amazing bonus for you guys. You get a free consultation. This is a straight A strategy consultation that will provide you with the exact tools you need. You will get an assessment. You will get a 4-page report that details what you need to do to make straight A's. Okay, this is what we offer you guys in the consultation, and a emergency study plan kit to get you on track and get ready for the ASTRO tutoring sessions that you will so greatly sign up for, because it all leads into the private sessions that we offer. So this is what you'll get, and this strategy consultation, straight A strategy consultation, is completely free of charge. Normally we charge $45 for it, but you will get that completely free. You will also get a 30% discount. So it was just for the Binary Star membership. This is actually all our memberships, but we are encouraging you to sign up for the Binary Star membership. It is just 3 easy payments of $275, and that will be charged monthly. The Binary Star membership is 90 days, is 3 months, and that is the amount of time that we have, in our experience, seen students produce amazing results within the semester. You will guaranteed raise your grades by 2 levels or higher in the program, in the ASTRO Fall, within your membership during the ASTRO Fall Session 2014. So we encourage you to sign up. You can go to www.astronacademy.com/programs, click the straight A strategy consultation link. Again, that website is www.astronacademy.com/programs, and you can read about our flagship programs, and please click on the Straight A Strategy Consultation, and that will take you to the appointment scheduler where you can schedule your strategy consultation completely free of charge, and we encourage you to do that. The offer that we offering for the offer stands for 3 easy payments of $275. That will go away on September 29th. That's Monday. So we have a few seats left. So make sure that if you want to get in, you get in now, because those seats literally are leaving as I speak. Okay. It's not, oh, let me think about it. I might do it, I might not. No, we want you to be serious about your child's education. We want you to be serious about your education and improving your learning performance. And you can do that with us guaranteed. We want you to be 2 letter grades or higher by December. And it's 3 easy payments of $275 if you join the program. That is a flash in the pan compared to the thousands and thousands of dollars that you run the risk of paying out. Okay. If you don't get it, if you don't get this knowledge and this understanding in math, science, and writing. We have seen students pay out $5,000 for a single course because they failed the course because they did not follow our advice on joining the ASTRO Tutoring Program right now, okay? And they came back to us and they passed the course. They got a B's and A's in the courses, okay? They experienced instant understanding. This is what we're talking about. It's worth it. It's worth it. And we want you to invest in your future and your education, okay? So definitely go online, go to www.astronacademy.com/programs. Click on the Straight A Strategy. We will teach you how to get straight A's. We're not talking about, okay, improve this little bit, do this little bit. No, we will get you on track quickly, okay, to where you're making straight A's in these in your subjects, guaranteed, okay? And overall, your letter grades will improve by 2 levels or higher at the end of the semester. This is what we guarantee. But you must do the work. You must do what we ask you to do, and you will see that improvement. Okay, so go there. The offer stands until September 29th. That's Monday. After that, it will be closed. It will go back to the regular price. So get in there now. The seats are probably gone. Some seats are probably gone already. We filled up since the last time that I announced this 2 days ago. Okay, so get in there, get set up, get what you need to get going and get these top grades. It's important. Your grades, and one last final comment, your grades are going to follow you for the rest of your life. Before they see your face, they're going to see your grades. You must understand this. The time is now to invest in your education, and we can fill that gap. We'll get you from point B all the way to point C, okay? There's A to C. You get the instruction. There's some confusion there. And there's not enough tools and help to guide you to that understanding. We can do that for you. We will do that for you so that you can get those marks and you can get those high grades. You deserve it. Okay. So again, you could also call us at 847-868-2684. The number again, my extension, Jana Mechanica, is 847-868-2684. And give me a call. We can set you up an appointment, a free consultation right away, and get you on board and get you succeeding in fall 2014. I love you guys. God bless. Know that you are sunlight beings. You are here to shine your light on the world, and I feel it through the screen. I love you guys. God bless you, and have a great, great night. Bye-bye.